still with us. What's this, episode lucky number 13?
Oh, yeah, right. So, yeah.
We're right in the middle of nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on in the football world. We're in between OTAs and training camp, and
I think I just saw that was Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are in early talks, apparently. Like,
I thought that was hilarious.
He's coming back.
Just tell me when it's done. That way I can just tell everybody I told you so from day one.
Yeah, like
I thought it was hilarious that in the group chat, the Adam Gase getting signed to his old high school. And then his old high school being like, we're happy with the coaches we have. We do not want Adam Gase back.
But thank you for showing how stupid social media can be.
That's an indictment on him, man. That really is.
When your hometown high school doesn't want you.
Well, you gotta wait a couple of years for that stink of both the Jets and Miami to wave off. Because you can't take somebody who has failed miserably at 2 spots and immediately bring him in thinking that it was gonna be good. I mean, he failed miserably in Miami, and the Jets were like, yes.
I'm not saying head coach.
By the way,
you should at least be able to be a quarterback coach.
By the way, did we know
I don't want him to be my quarterback. That's what I did to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's a grown man.
Did you know that? Because I did not know that.
What?
That Gase's wife is the daughter of our linebacker coach?
No, I didn't know that until you actually.
I didn't know that either. Because I went on and Googled him after that fake story.
Linebacker coach now or linebacker coach before under his staff? Oh wow! So he's still connected to the.
Kinda, I think so. Yeah.
I don't like that one bit.
Me neither.
So
if I was Sal, I'd fire his ass tomorrow.
Since there's not much going on and there's not much to talk about, Rob came up with a great idea. We're still going to stay sports related, but we're going to go sort of like our favorite football movies, favorite speeches from football movies.
And I actually have a challenge for the 3 of you. Earlier today, I went through and I pulled excerpts from some of the greatest speeches, and I want to see if you guys can match them to the movie.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I thought that would be a fun idea.
Spoiler alert, I can't.
That's a good idea.
I think actually there's one I specifically selected for you.
I hope you specifically picked it for me because we already know that my movie repertoire is much more narrow than the average.
You come in my zone, you get laid out.
Well, that's that castle. We know.
I have a feeling you'll know it.
Okay. I love boats. Sorry.
Alright, you guys want to start with that?
That's like my spirit animal. I love that, man.
Well, let's just go real quick. Born, when you think football movies, what movies do you think?
Let's see here. I'm trying to think of some classic ones. I would say Rudy, Remember the Titans, We Are Marshall. Some ones that are not classic, but I think they have classic moments, like Any Given Sunday, Longest Yard, original and then remake.
Yeah, I think both of those.
North Dallas 40, that was a shit show of a movie.
What about Varsity Blues?
Varsity Blues, yeah, that's a good one too.
I'm a big fan of The Waterboy, Longest Yard.
Friday Night Lights.
I did see Friday Night Lights, but only once. In the movie, not the documentary.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton is great in Friday Night Lights.
You know which one I was thinking about the other day in my car? Probably my favorite football movie, Little Giants.
Just
because it's silly and goofy. There's a fucking go-kart race in it.
Invincible.
Oh yeah.
The Marky Mark. Yeah.
True story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Well, We Are Marshall was also a true story.
Also a true story.
Yeah. That was a.
Given what's going on with Washington right now, the replacements could become a thing.
You know what's crazy about that We Are Marshall? They actually won their second game, their home opener after that tragedy. How the hell is that even possible?
Emotion running high.
They had guys that never played football before. The most experienced guys they had were the freshmen. That was it.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck they won that game.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that part of it was also the way team comes in thinking these guys have no experience and just went through a tragedy. They're gonna be so you come in with half effort and that's how you get beat.
Yeah, let's take it easy on them and then.
Or just let's not mentally prepare the way that we normally would. Not even intentionally take it easy. If you there are times where we've all played sports at some level, even if it's recreational, where when you're playing a team that you see it at the bottom of the standings, you're thinking, okay, we might be able to get an easier win, and then you get your butt. I remember losing to the Lightning when we were playing rec soccer, and that was one of the worst teams that year. But we walked in being we got fast and annoying, we don't got to worry about it, and bam, we got our butts whooped.
There's a reason that the U.S. beat Iceland in the Mighty Ducks, okay? Because they didn't take us seriously.
Hey,
at
keep it to
all.
football, buddy.
I know.
That coach though, that
I think they
McConaughey,
threw football.
the coach
occasionally on ice, like
that
what was
McConaughey
it?
played in that movie, I think he was there for maybe 8 years or something, and he only won 7 games out of the whole, and they put him in the Hall of Fame, but for good reason though.
Yeah, no,
He kept that program because they wanted to get rid of that program, and pretty amazing how he was able to get it, keep it together like that, because the whole fucking town was against him pretty much, and the board as well. You only had that one guy. The president, I think it was on side, and then he got fired. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So, hey, what are some football movies that like come to your mind?
Oh,
right
the one that
away?
you, my favorite. Well, he basically went through all that I can think of,
Good
but
list.
definitely like Remember the Titans is probably the first one that comes to my mind, just because that's like one of my favorite ones. I know it's not like only about football, and that's probably why it's one of my favorites, because it's got like that multi-layers to it, especially one that I personally just kind of just speaks to me.
Another true story.
yeah,
Was it? I didn't know that.
they went
Remember the
undefeated.
Titans is a true story,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, they went undefeated.
It's a very end of the movie, like when they go through, they actually go through all the players and like where all of them went, what became of all of them.
Yeah,
everything
and that's
like
actually
that.
what happened.
Like Bertier did go on to become an Olympic gold medalist with the shot put. Although the one thing I always thought about that movie, and like, yeah, God, please don't strike me down.
I'm good.
First, there he is. There he is. First accident, he loses the use of his legs, and then he gets killed yet again in a car accident by a drunk driver years later. Like,
Really?
damn, this guy just has bad fucking luck in cars, man. Like,
That is unfortunate.
yeah, sucks.
Any Given Sunday is probably one of the top
I really
ones.
like
Also,
that.
because like I remember as a kid, the first time I ever saw it was the full cut one where when the guy loses his eyeball and it's actually laying in the middle of the field.
Yup.
And then I remember several times watching it on TV, and they don't show that scene,
Yeah.
and it threw me off as a younger kid because I didn't
Think
put two and two together.
affected, like, did I make that up?
Right.
Damn it, CBS, why
did
can't I
miss
watch
it? Like,
that?
Did I miss it? Like, I know it was against this team. Like, I know it was this guy that they're carrying off the field. Like, what
I
happened?
like when
Goddamn
LT is
CBS.
playing in the end zone and he's like, "Don't you boys drop me? I'm worth $1 million." I like that.
Yeah. The Replacements, obviously, is because, like, thinking about, like, when you
Every
grew up,
single
that
scene
was...
in that movie is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is the jail scene.
Yeah.
It's classic.
That's team bonding.
Yes, it is.
That was awesome.
And then the deaf dude keeps going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gene Hackman's walking down the stairs, and he's just back to him, just keeps dancing. I think it was a 9-year-old goes up to him and was like, dude, like,
Nigel, he's
stop.
so good.
He's whiting.
I know, he was probably my favorite character.
Why?
in that movie.
Well, you also really like Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
And isn't he Chaucer?
Yes, he is.
No.
No, he's right. He's not.
That's the guy from A Beautiful Mind who's his
Paul
friend.
Bettany plays Chaucer.
Oh, Vision. right?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Also
guy-
my favorite actor.
my-
Definitely
Yeah,
one of my
Paul
favorite
Bettany's
actors.
phenomenal. The guy you're thinking about is his last name is Ifant. He's the brother of Little Nicky.
Yeah. I know. One of the
Okay.
most underrated, I know it's not a sports movie, but one of the more underrated Adam Sandler movies. But to bring it back to Adam Sandler, The Waterboy also is one of
His-
my, like,
I- and actually,
all-time.
I mean, Mama always said,
And then,
deserves to be top 5.
Funnily enough, well, his brother plays the musician in August Rush, the
Oh,
father.
Bobby Boucher?
No, the
The brother of
Nigel's brother.
Nigel's brother in real life played the father in August Rush. The whole family is in like acting.
Okay. And Nigel definitely didn't get the looks in that family.
No, unfortunately not.
So good thing he's white.
Yes, he's whiting.
So, Rob, what about you? Do we miss any? I mean,
I don't know if we missed any. I mean, as far as my favorites, the Remember the Titans is up there pretty high.
Oh, wait a minute. Ryan's song.
Brian Saw
that-
a phenomenal movie.
Is that the one about
That's it.
Sayer and
That's the ultimate guy cry movie right
is
there.
that the one with Gail Sayer and what's the white guy that became friends
Harris?
with him, like befriended him and
James
like
Caan.
James Caan?
Yeah.
Is it James Caan? It's James Caan, right?
Huh?
It's James Caan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They played on the Bears. Yeah.
Radio?
Yeah. What?
Radio?
Radio, that was good too. So that in theory.
Radio and Rudy were both based on real life, right?
Yes, they were both real
And
life
they are
stories.
different movies that Cuba Gooding Jr. just happened to be.
Is he?
Wait, he's in radio. What's the other one?
Rudy? I thought that was
Was it
Sean
Rudy?
Astin. Wasn't that Sean
Yeah,
Astin?
Sean Astin.
You're
I
talking
didn't
about
see
one of
that.
his- I think you're talking about one of
I just remember that
You're
from,
talking about one of his teammates? No.
Are you talking about the groundskeeper?
No, I think he's talking about the captain on one
Maybe.
of the captain.
I think he's established he doesn't know. He's
It's
really
not
sad.
him.
Yeah.
Just take it
Oh
as-
crap! I just had it in my head. Blindside.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cool
That's a
story.
true story too. Michael Moore.
But I guess like as far as my favorites would probably be Remember the Titans, Invincible, and The Replacements are probably all up there. Like some just fun movies to watch and great like messages.
Yeah.
And all.
Rudy's one of mine just
I
because
love-
it's not
Rudy's
just
another
about
great one.
football, it's about doing
Not
what you
giving
gotta
up,
do.
man. Not
Yeah.
quitting.
Yep.
Invincible was one of those that was like, it was a good movie, but, and obviously it's a football one, so it's worthy of discussion here, but I don't know, it just never, it didn't strike me as one of those like, oh man, that's Mark Wahlberg, like one top 5 works or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that's just me. Like I understand it was based on your story, and I guess if you also like have a personal connection to the Vincent Papali story for whatever reason, like
soundtrack.
it was like,
This off? It's not, you're not using this, right? Alright. Anybody need a refill on anything? Coffee or water or beer, whatever?
Go for water.
there's beer.
I got a few land sharks,
I'll
yeah.
take a coffee.
Sure. May I have a shandy, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I guess it was like NFL Films presents like
Draft
you know,
day.
Draft.
Oh,
my
draft.
God.
Yeah. How
I
did we
like
not
that
say
because that was actually cool, like inside the
To see
draft.
like
Yeah.
the in
The
like
problem
you know,
is-
The
The problem is that you picked,
100% football movie.
but the problem
But,
is
like,
they
you
picked
don't
the
get to
fucking
see
Cleveland
it.
Browns as the team. That was the worst part of it.
Well, it's because they had so many first-round picks that year. I think.
and they needed
Because
an
they, like,
and they needed an organization that they could like take over
hit the
for a
reset
day.
button. Yeah. Yeah, because that whole movie was filmed on the actual,
Yeah.
like at the facilities and
Yeah.
everything. Like, if you pay attention,
Alex Mack is the guy who's like benching like 300 pounds like in the background.
When he was out on the field to spread his father's ashes, like that's their
Oh, yeah,
field.
And,
Like,
and I think that's them coming out for practice.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you.
Gracias.
Robert, good?
I'll take more coffee if there's any made.
Yeah, here.
But yeah, remember we used to always watch Draft Day on
Draft Day.
Yeah, when we were doing our fantasy
Fantasy
draft,
draft.
which we will probably do again.
Yeah.
We gotta set that day, by the way.
Yeah.
Especially
we
we
gotta
gotta
figure out when Corey's is also.
Yeah, we gotta just remember that there's only 3 preseason games.
Yeah, so I can't say week 3 preseason.
I mean, you can. It just may not be the.
That'll be a little
When,
rough.
when's our game? Week 2 this year?
What?
Preseason week 2.
Oh
week 1?
yeah. Yeah, Jets Giants, I believe. is
How
week
much
2.
sugar you put in that thing?
Like 2 pinches.
For what it's like, I'm wondering if like the second week. I know we're getting a little off the movie topic, but I'm wondering if the second week will
Be
become
full
the
dress
dress
rehearsal?
rehearsal, which would be kind of cool because then if you guys go, you get to see the Jets and Giants, your team's like
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
roster for at least a half.
Yeah.
If
That could be fun.
I was
because
thinking
like they're not
about
gonna do it in the
that
they're not gonna do it in the last game right before the first season
Yeah, I would
week
think
because
so.
they're like this way if you like tweak something you get 2 weeks before you
Yeah.
have to get into game action. And you still need to fill the back roster guys, so they need to get playing time. So I guess maybe the question then is, and like I guess it also comes down, do you guys think that the snaps in the preseason are actually that valuable? Because that's definitely up for debate. Like there are people who like I think that it's gotta be. You know, you
I mean,
haven't played
I would-
full speed football in
That's
6
exactly what I'm
months.
thinking. Yes, like just for the speed aspect of the game, I feel like those snaps are important because it gets you up to like full game speed.
Yeah, and like getting hit also. I feel like the first time you do not get rocked in practice the
No.
way that you get rocked when somebody else who is paid a lot of money to rock you.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like nobody on your team gets paid that. Like those quarterbacks do not get hit once.
Like the
Like Daniel
idea-
Jones needs to get hit and hold on to the damn ball. He'll hold on to the ball during practice. He needs to like actually get the
Yeah, he needs
reps
to
of.
actually hold on to the ball.
Yeah,
But
but get
you-
the reps of getting hit and hold on to the ball so that way
You can
like, no snap.
anticipate a hit as much as you want, but until you've actually physically been hit and leveled on the ground, like
Oh.
you
I have.
you're not expecting it. Case in point, actually, I was at my lawyer's office earlier today for like I had to sign some stuff. My lawyer's a huge Bills fan, by the way.
Does this happen to come on next?
Hank, I hope you're tuning in. I gave you the info.
What are the odds of that?
Um,
I'm gonna put the Jets.
But
on.
the lawyer was Mr. C, and we got on the topic of football today. I go, yeah, it's like, Hank's one of his good friends. I go, yeah, I mean, I used to play football against that man. He goes, what do you mean? I go, well, I was like, we used to try to play football against him. I was like, we were children, and he was big, and had another person as big as him, and one clothesline, and you weren't getting up for like
And
that.
he wasn't afraid to close on a kid.
No, no, no.
One cigar in, cigar in.
Yeah.
Cigar in one hand and the heart out.
Yeah. Clothesline you with the other.
Yeah. Hold, and didn't even have to hold the cigar. The cigar would be like
Yeah, it would just like have the stogie in
half
his
cocked
mouth.
out of his mouth, just hanging on like bah. Like, alright.
So Rob, what do you want to call the game?
I don't know. We guys would do the suggestions.
What for your quotes?
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I guess we'll just go. Best football speeches.
That's a shitty name for a game, Rob. You gotta work on that for next week.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see.
It's not as easy when it's on the fly like that.
I mean, we came
Let's
up
see.
with Robbie rapid fire like that last week.
That was
so-
good.
That's true.
Every once in a while, you just get
That was
lucky.
good.
Yeah, as I say, you can't say like, oh, we got that one. We are
Yeah.
now expected to
Catch
be
lightning in a bottle
geniuses.
every once in a while, you know.
All right. I have a feeling that Andrew's probably gonna get this one. The last thing George said to me, Rock, he said, sometimes when the team is up against it,
Rudy.
wrong.
What?
Wrong.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm talking about. Nuke Rockney.
That's the move.
Oh, fucking! You're talking about with the former president Ronald Reagan.
You
That's
didn't,
the
yeah,
one
you
you're
let me
talking
finish it. It was like, the break.
Does she
I'll
get
give you
answers
the boy.
quickly?
Tell him to go out there, and all they gotta do is just win one for the game.
about. Okay, but he does say that in Rudy as well in the locker room.
Yes, because he's one of
Was it an actual speech?
Well,
in the
and
movie, he says it on his death in the hospital on the
Yeah.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's right. In the particular movie, he does say like it's like the last thing that he said to me, like pretty much as he was
Wow,
talking.
I'm 0 for 1. Bullshit right there.
Let's see.
You're the one who jumped the gun, bro.
Yeah. Got trigger happy.
Anybody know what this place is? This is Gettysburg. This
Remember the
is
Titans.
no.
What's the rest of the speech?
Oh, I don't know that part.
No, Rob's got it.
I was like, I'm not gonna
This is where they
insult
fought the
myself.
Battle of Gettysburg. 50,000 men died right here on this field, fighting the same fight that we're still fighting amongst ourselves today. This green field right here was painted red, bubbling with the blood of young boys, smoke and hot lead pouring right through their bodies. Listen to their souls, man. Take a lesson from the dead.
Denzel gives me like.
No, dude, every time I hear that speech, I'm just like, oh, damn it. Let's see.
Got like chills for a second.
Let's see, here we go. I don't know what to say really. 3 minutes, the biggest battle of our professional lives.
I know where it is, but
All
I'm gonna let you.
down
I'm gonna
to
let you
today.
go with it. 'Cause it's so good.
Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble, inch by inch,
Okay.
play by play.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I got that inch, I was like,
Inch by inch.
What's the matter?
Too cold.
Oh, I know. I want to turn it off.
That's not the fucking button. Hit it
Turn it
hard.
off.
we can
Do
turn
like
the
the
camera
top.
around to watch the wild Matt try to operate it while I see you. So what happens.
I've been spoiled. I've
It's
always said
central
central.
air.
Alright, here we go.
And
Let's
I
see.
like-
Not everybody gets Central, all right? God!
We film in Morristown. I was saying, we film in Morristown, you ain't getting Central.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Next. Here we go.
You
Let's
don't have
see.
central over there?
Nah.
I figured you would.
I'm lucky I have a working AC unit. I went through
Yeah.
like half last summer.
What?
My whole, like I went through
Like
most
all
of last summer
lockdown.
without an AC unit in like the main room.
You went the whole summer without it?
Basically, yeah.
What was wrong with it? It was
It didn't blow
unpleasant?
cold air, like whatever the component was that like
Yeah.
creates the cold
Freon?
air. It was
Freon?
No, it's like a coil or something like that. I think.
Uh,
I'm trying, like, I know how
Freon,
they work.
that's for cars, never mind.
I mean, I think it's for any kind of AC in it. It might be something like less poisonous now,
yeah, I don't know.
but it's still the same shit.
Here we go. Everybody has something, even the great ones, right? They said Montana was too small, that he'd get hurt, he'd get banged up, but that didn't seem to matter, did it? A lot of people said that Elway was too strong,
I have a guess.
that he threw too hard, didn't have touch, that didn't seem to matter either, did it? And pretty much everyone agreed that Peyton didn't have arm strength, that he couldn't throw deep, but somehow none of that seemed to matter.
Was it draft day?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
That's
That was
kind
the
of,
only thing I could think
that's
of.
his like monologue, like I love my job, and then he goes into that.
Okay. I was like,
God, Sam Darnold.
I'm glad I get the one.
I haven't had a clue on any of these.
I'm glad I'm getting the ones that I actually have seen the movies of, because once we get like to the ones that I've never seen, I'm gonna be like, okay, have fun.
Well,
guys.
here we go.
Like, we need heart. Can you elaborate?
Necessary roughness, that's another one I forgot to mention.
Well, wait a second, guys. Who said you had to be good to play football? You play football because you want to. You play football because it's fun.
Little Giants.
You play football so you can pretend you're Joe Montana throwing a touchdown pass, or Emmitt Smith going for a long run. And even if those Cowboys are better than you guys, even if they beat you 99 times out of 100,
There's
that
still
still
that
leaves
one time.
one time.
There you go, Matt.
If you would only win one time against the Cowboys, your Giants would not be happy.
No, I would not be.
Yeah.
It's been like a few
Like,
years.
I was gonna say, 100 games, you play twice, assuming no playoff games against each other, but you know, just to make math easy, that would be at least 50
I'm
seasons.
watching these
Yeah.
Bills highlights again while this is on.
We got that one, we got that
We're
one, we got that
we're
one.
fucked. We're not beating them anytime soon, man.
Well, you gotta remember, we started our rebuild 3 years ago because we got right with Josh Allen. When you didn't get right with Darnold or didn't get right with the Darnold Gates connection, you basically
Yeah,
now had to hit the
we'll call
reset
it that
button
second
again
one.
3 years later.
I don't know one Jets fan
4 years
that
later.
was happy about that hire, by the way. Not one.
Well, we all hated it.
I was shocked to be
Yeah,
perfectly
I think we
honest.
all
It was
kind of
more
sat
just
there
like-
and were like, why?
Yeah.
And then he came out with those bug eyes in the first conference, and then we were all.
He should have been fired right on the
We all
spot.
knew it was over.
Right on the
Yeah.
spot. When you look like you are on cocaine,
Like,
like,
like-
in the middle of your
They
first
said it was. He looked angry.
They said
Yeah, like-
They said his eyes were like that because he has a thyroid condition. Now maybe that's true, but
It is
still.
Say you
possible.
have ADD and there's a fly going around the room.
Yeah,
Like, I would have
yeah.
at least
I don't
gotten.
know.
I would have at least
Yeah.
been like, you know what? It's
And then he was
still would've
sniffing
done that
smelling
higher, but I
salts. Then he was sniffing smelling salts before the first preseason game.
No, but other coaches have done that. I'm not
But
gonna hold that
I'm
against
just
him.
saying, it all added up to being kind of.
I mean, I guess maybe it heightens you a little bit. Like, yeah, he's.
No, I know. Yeah, like I've seen coaches do
It's
that.
gotta wake you up a little, right?
Yeah,
I've seen
right,
coaches
right.
and players. I've seen a lot of people do that, so it's not like I'm not gonna hold that against him. But the
I
press
just added
conference.
everything together.
I mean, the poor play calling. Like the guy basically just called slants and sticks. It felt like on every single damn play.
guy sucked.
Well, no, it's not. The beer is a boy, man. It's not pass. Sorry, pull it back to Rubber Titans.
Do we have any more?
I got a couple more.
Nice.
More.
I like this game.
You're 5 nothing, 100 nothing,
Rudy. Sorry, I gotta stop.
and you have barely a speck of athletic ability, and you hung in there with one of the best some of the best college football players in the land for 2 years, and you're gonna walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame. In this life, you don't got to prove nothing to nobody but yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't never gonna happen. Rudy.
That was the groundskeeper.
Yep.
I don't know why you said groundskeeper. I thought Bill Murray from
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. Yeah.
I thought Christmas Keeper Willie from The Simpsons.
Former groundskeeper. Now on the 18th hole of the Masters.
I've never seen this one.
Dreams come true. Really?
Oh, Caddyshack's great.
It's awesome.
Caddyshack's great. That has just
That fucking ground.
I also thought you said Groundhog Day,
You know the scene
No.
where Chevy
It's also
Chase.
good.
which I also haven't seen.
You know the scene where Chevy Chase and Bill Murray are talk. The one scene in that movie that they have.
They talk together where they're both batshit crazy.
Well, they had to like keep them far apart because they hated each
Each other.
other.
Who?
Really?
Chevy
Chevy
Chase and
Chase,
Bill
yeah.
Murray, yeah.
I
Back
had
from
no
the days of SNL, yeah.
Yeah,
And they had to shoot that one thing real fast
That
because
was
they
one of the
fucking.
best SNL casts though, like them.
Yeah.
yeah, they're. I think they're now. I think now they're okay. I think they.
Now, yeah, I think now.
Shitty,
But it went on for like 30-something
Oh,
years.
yeah,
That was the
no,
best
no, no.
cast, arguably, of all time.
I just think the scene in that movie that always gets
That
me.
was really
Well,
good,
that whole
and I
movie
think
just
second,
gets
I
me.
think
Classic.
might be
But when
the
Chevy
Chris
Chase is
Rock,
just like
Chris
pouring the
Farley,
shots and then,
Dude
like-
Trees,
Yeah, the tequila shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw it over his shoulder, yeah. Too good.
And then he's always like, oh yeah. That was. You want to do another?
Wait, what was this one?
That's also Caddyshack.
Oh, okay.
Rodney Dangerfield's in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
That I knew just because I remember like the VHS box.
Hey, say out of your mother phone.
Look at that one. Last time we
Oh,
saw
is
one
that
with
where
mouth like that, had a hook in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also where they break the boat with the bottle.
Oh yeah.
Now I see
What? Like I know the customer breaking
No,
the
I see
bottle.
one of
Yeah,
those.
they do it at the stern or whatever.
Yeah, they do that,
and he hits the fucking stern, and then the fucking part just falls off. The
Yeah.
body's still holding the bottle. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
for the
The
God.
movie's just so
I
good.
feel like that would happen to me in real life if I ever bought a book.
He was making
Friday.
fun of the judge's son. Now I see why tigers eat their young. You know?
What's up next, Robbie? What do we got?
When you take that field today, you gotta lay that heart on the line, man. From the soles of your feet,
I know.
every
but I'll let
ounce of
someone
blood
else-
you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows. And if you do that, we cannot lose.
Is that the replacements?
Nope.
We may be behind on the scoreboard at the end of the game, but if you play like that, we cannot be defeated. Now we came here today to remember 6 young men and 69 others who will not be on the field with you today, but they will be watching. You can bet your ass that they'll be gritting their teeth with every snap of that football. You understand me? How you play today from this moment on is how you will be remembered. This is your opportunity to rise from the ashes and grab glory. We are
Marshall.
Yeah.
Once you got to the 6 people and 77
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I know the cons, like the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
of it.
Most-
So it's
most
like,
people
kinda
know.
is in it. But I'm guessing Mike Bourne knew it basically in like 5
Yeah.
seconds.
Which
It's good.
Seems to be the common theme with this one, except for like the Remember the Titans one,
Yeah.
which I like yelled in such excitement. I was like, I got one.
Let's see, I got 2 more. This one is, well, it's real simple. You got 2 more quarters and that's it. Now, most of you have been playing this game for 10 years, and you got 2 more quarters, and after that, most of you will never play this game again as long as you live. Now, you all have known me for a while, for a long time now, and you've been hearing me talk about being perfect. Well, I want you to understand something. To me, being perfect is not about that scoreboard out there. It's not about winning. It's about you and your relationship to yourself, and to your family, and your friends. Being perfect is about being able to look your friends in the eye and know that you didn't let them down, because you told them the truth. And that truth is that you did everything you could. There wasn't one more thing that you could have done.
If I had to guess, it's Friday Night Lights.
Nailed it.
Nice.
And then this last one we all fucking know, and it's kind of a gimme. It's you know a
That
honorable
really is a
mention.
gimme.
Coach, I just look like I just jacked off an elephant.
I knew you're tired.
What
are they gonna do? Throw you in
Football jail.
That's the movie.
That entire movie could be quoted.
Yeah. Well, because the best one is, I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. I wish I could say something, classy and inspirational, but that's just not our style. Pain heals, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever.
Yeah.
And it's funny because as we were talking about all the best football movies that, you literally ran the gamut of where all the quotes and everything came from, because they are that because of those
Yeah.
Since we mentioned that a lot of these movies have been made about real life or based off of real life events or even trying to mirror it. Is there one that hasn't been made that you guys would like to see?
I would like to see the Ray Lewis story.
No,
Is it because you want to know whether he did it?
No, he didn't do it.
that's why I don't want. That's
He
why.
wasn't found guilty.
That's why I don't want it.
OJ also didn't kill his wife.
Well, if he did, how could he write a book called If I Did It?
I remember when that book came out. You were like, no, he never did. He never did. You got that book. You read it cover to cover. You came back to me. The first thing you said, he did it.
He did.
The first thing I
literally.
finish the book. He did.
Yeah. I love OJ, man.
I love him as a player too.
Well, I mean,
Even as a media personality.
and actually, this is
Probably
probably the topic because I mean they
murder.
did make OJ versus the People and 6 other OJ fictional.
And I've seen all
You know what I didn't? You know what I didn't like?
Jr.'s in that too. He plays OJ.
Yeah, he does. Does he look any less guilty in any of those? After you've seen all those, was there any chance he didn't do it?
What I didn't like about that is that he kept using football references every time he was talking to his lawyer and shit. I'm like, he didn't talk like that back then. Oh, put the game on the line. What are you doing when I need you? Or fourth quarter this. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because he knew he was the only good player on the Bills. He
No,
wasn't
he was
talking to
fucking-
anybody. He got in there, he ran for 2,000 yards, and
But Andrew, you just gotta remember, man, Chewbacca is from Kashyyyk, but he prefers to live
on Endor.
on Endor with the Ewoks.
Yeah.
Why? No one knows, man. It doesn't make any
The
sense.
Chewbacca defense. Undefeated since.
Hey, if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit.
So the thing that makes more sense to me is that OJ's son did it.
Yeah,
and
I-
OJ covered for him. The Bronco chase gave his son, who was at the house, time to hide stuff and get rid of it. His son was smaller than him, which is why the glove didn't fit. I mean, OJ also stopped taking his arthritis medicine, so his hands were all swollen and he couldn't
Yeah, and he couldn't
bend his hands right.
yeah.
Like,
Well, Everybody who represented them all got it. Got what was coming to them. All 3 lawyers, right? Cochran died. Rain
Kardashian.
Kardashian died.
Even if he
He
did,
was
look
cursing
at
those
the
daughters.
daughters.
The other one, what was the other one that John Travolta played? He didn't. His son got murdered or some shit. His son died.
John Travolta's son.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
in
know,
the show.
It drowned in a bath.
But the lawyer that he played,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they all got their
Robert
comeuppance,
something?
but I don't remember.
Or
his
was it
name.
just Klein? I don't
I
know.
don't remember.
They all-
It was one of my people.
Yeah.
I know that much.
Something will happen to them. I mean, they got
one of the tribesmen.
Yeah.
Well, definitely.
I'm trying to think if there was like something.
So do you guys like the serious football movies more or the comedic ones more?
serious, but because I
I
kinda
think it
went
depends on the movie. If it's a serious movie and it's done really really well, like I mean, remember the Titans was like I guess a more serious movie, but it was done beautifully.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I absolutely love that film. But then again, as we were just talking, like on the comedic side, the replacements, every single scene is practically quotable. So.
Yeah.
I think it really depends. I mean, you need good writing, you need
Or
good
like when
actors.
Faison
like-
Love shoots the guys the windows out of the Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Oh,
I'm a son of a bitch.
pop. Now flip.
You gonna pay for that? No, he ain't.
Now flip my man's right over. You know what? Wax that shit too. Like.
What is that? Wild yam. It smells nice, right?
Man, because that crazy chick with the Jeep
Oh my god.
flying
Oh.
through traffic gave him that.
That was
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Yeah, I definitely lean more towards the comedic movies. Like, I'd rather watch The Longest Yard
That's
or
fair.
Waterboy than put on some of the more serious ones.
Speaking of The Longest Yard, I actually like what they did in that movie with Chris Rock's scene as caretaker and how they play
We
it
could
off
call
the
it
original.
All-Star versus Half a Star.
Hey, Old Man River, zip there. I'll switch the throne and watch the dust come out.
So you know in the original movie, right? When he walks into
Yeah, doesn't he
So-
pull the light and it explodes?
So what he does pull the light. There's like gasoline or whatever below him, and there's gunpowder or something in the light. So when he goes to pull it, it explodes and it ignites him in the original film. So that's why they did that homage in the newest one, where like he slowly goes to pull the light switch, and then nothing happens, and that's when he turns the ring. That's crack as shit. Like
Yeah.
So you know what movie I want to see?
I think I made him shoot himself.
I think this dude just shit himself.
What did he go to jail for? That's what I was always wondering.
Bob Sapp?
Swatowski? Yeah, he was such
Yeah.
a nice guy. What did he do?
He must have
No.
killed somebody accidentally with.
Yeah, right? Like,
He
literally
broke
killed him
his
with
knee.
kindness.
And he could've tried to hug his
You know what
grandma
he
or
did?
some shit.
he broke his my nose.
Yeah. Seriously.
Sorry, I broke your toy.
Oh look, it looks better than before. Yeah, like a young Michael Jackson. I love Little Mike.
Maybe that's what it was, or something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you were about to say the movie you'd like to see.
Oh, Joey Diaz when he's just passed out, he's like, get a car!
Get a car and I'll be alright.
Nice. When the warden had everybody.
You better not
stand
cut
up.
me.
Oh, you Anthony, you can sit down. Oh my God.
I should have ate that popcorn.
Cheeseburgers here.
Oh yeah, it ain't easy being cheesy.
God, if you let me make this kick, I promise to stop cheating on my wife with gay black men.
Yeah, right. Tracy Morgan's in that movie. And
cheerleader.
What was it? Well, Burt Reynolds plays the original quarterback in
the first one, yeah.
What you were saying, the movie that
It
you
means
want to
something.
see made.
I'll grab a beer.
What?
I'll grab a beer.
Beer?
I want to see the UFC story with Reggie Bush and
Oh,
Pete
yeah.
Carroll and all that. I want to see
Yeah.
that thing on the screen.
So if we're going
Because that's something that, like, there's so much information out there, you don't know what's what, and I want some artist who's good to take all of this stuff and put it into their vision.
We're
Because
going
that's what
up-
movies are. It's like somebody's vision
if
of
we're
how
going
these
college
real life things happen.
football, if we're going college
Football,
football,
right?
I want that Florida Gators team.
Oh, my God.
Tebow and 46 arrest records on
Yeah,
the
right.
roster.
And that's just Aaron Hernandez.
46 of the players have arrest records.
Damn.
That's
That's Urban Meyer.
that's not a small amount. of
No, it's
people.
not.
You got to remember though, because Urban Meyer's the one who recruited them. Urban Meyer's the one who handpicked these guys, went into their living rooms and said, "I want you."
Considering there's what, like 53 teams?
college has a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't it in the 70s?
I think so.
I think so.
I think it's
Still,
like
so
75,
so you're
77.
still over half. Like
Yeah.
that's
And
that's
that doesn't
considerable.
count redshirt freshmen.
yeah, like that's considerable. Okay, what story would I want to see made? Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, there's so many good ones.
Yeah, I just noticed because like a lot of these movies we mentioned are based off of true events, so
Yeah.
it seems like that. So it's like, all right, I'm sticking with that idea.
I listened to the audiobook of Joe Namath's most recent book, My Life in 4 Quarters.
Mm-hmm.
He narrates it, and it's awesome.
Oh, I can imagine.
So it's him on the elliptical watching NFL Network, and it's the replay of his Super Bowl. So he's watching Super Bowl 2, and then like
Three.
Super Bowl 3. Sorry about that. And just like
Yeah,
explaining like how
we
things
know
got-
but we'd actually we have to.
I mean, it's the only one we have,
the
so,
one jet
yeah.
Super Bowl.
We should just have one.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Like, the best record we have is we lost 4 in a row. Like
Going to 4 in a row
Is a-
probably a record that's never going to get broken.
Yeah, like
Nah, I know.
that's an accomplishment in and of itself.
I
so-
remember during that time, Boomer predicted Bills 49ers for the Super Bowl like 6 times in a decade.
Yeah,
6 or 7 times a decade. Every time the season, he was like, it's gonna be these 2 teams.
Which Boomer?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Chris Berman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Berman.
Esiason or the one
Yeah.
that he listened to us on the radio, right? Or
Uh,
Esiason?
There was one other Boomer. David Wells used to pitch for the Yankees.
Yeah, the drunk perfect game guy.
Yeah. That's how you got to do it, man. Just go out and get plastered the night before.
Or start playing in 2021.
What about,
you see how many fucking perfect games there are? No.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
saying-
no
Yeah,
hitters.
there's like 7 of them already.
Who was that black kid that did it on acid?
8 now?
I think it was 8.
Wow.
Oh, who was that?
Who's the guy who did it on
There
acid?
was somebody who said they did it on acid.
What?
Yeah, there's a guy who pitched the perfect game on acid back in the 70s.
Oh, I don't remember.
Damn, that's impressive.
Right? Way more impressive than
Super Bowl
yeah, way
one.
more impressive than drinking 68 beers on a cross country
Super
flight.
Bowl 1. I got
I don't know, man. Just the feat of drinking that many beers is a feat
And I
of its
know where
own.
you pulled that from too.
Well, I did just watch
The episode, yeah?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 episodes where they do it because there's one where like it's the 4 of them or 5 of them.
Yes.
And there's another one that D
Max
does
McGee.
it where it's just like D and the girls.
Super Bowl 1,
Dude.
Max McGee, backup tight end for the
right.
Packers. Goes out the night before the Super Bowl.
Oh,
gets
'cause he didn't
after
think he was gonna
Hammered.
play.
And he said to the starter before the game, you cannot get hurt. I cannot fucking go out there. He was throwing up before.
And it was
then
like
he
the first
guy
play of
gets
the game.
hurt, and then he has the game of his life.
Yeah.
Like 3 touchdowns or some shit.
Yeah, one of like the all-time best Super Bowl performances, and the guy's like super fucked up and hungover the whole
Yeah.
time.
I'm just gonna point it out, like when when I was playing adult soccer, I would get drunk with Alan every single time before the game, and like I mean obviously there's no film that I can watch myself on, but I feel like that was some of the best soccer of my
Well,
life.
because you're more limber, actually.
To a point.
You're more confident. That's definitely
That's the other thing. Like you're more confident and like less worried necessarily about like injuries and things like that. So
Yeah, but I bet like also my teammates probably didn't like it because you already know I'm loquacious as it is. So now when I drink, it's like I'm loud and even more talkative, and I'm telling everybody what to do because that's
Oh,
also I'm still a
bad.
sweeper. That was my job on defense, but
Yeah,
at some
I just
point they
watched
had to
that
be like,
episode
just shut the
of
fuck up.
Which one?
I just watched that episode of
Oh,
Cyber
what is that?
Junior where he literally is like they keep asking him how many beers it was on the cross country flight. And he's like, so, and the manager Mel, who's played by Danny Glover, is like, so was it really 68? And he goes, it's actually 73.
Oh God.
It's just like,
I'm just thinking of how many pisses I would have to take just to get through that, regardless of the time frame it took me to complete those 68 or 73 beers.
yeah.
That means I'd be in the bathroom over 100 times. Because once you break the seal, you don't
Oh,
get
yeah,
through.
you're-
You don't get through a full beer before you have to
No.
go back to the
Oh,
bathroom.
no.
Yeah.
I always have 4, 5, 6 range before I break the seal.
Doc
That's
Ellis.
after everyone.
Doc Ellis is the guy who
That's
pitched
who
the
it is.
perfect game on acid.
For what team?
The
Pirates?
Pirates, I think.
What? Jesus Christ.
It was one of the only things that ever happened to the
Yeah,
Pirates.
on June 12th, 1970, he stated that he later stated, so the whole sentence, sorry. Ellis threw a no-hitter on June 12th, 1970, and later stated he accomplished the feat under the influence of LSD.
That's seriously impressive.
Like, I couldn't imagine going to work on acid, let alone having to do something as hard as only throwing 27 pitches in a baseball game.
Well, it's not only 27.
A perfect game? Oh, because that's one.
As long as they don't get any hits, walks, or
Yeah.
or hit by pitches or errors. It's
First-
basically 27
'cause
up, 27 down. You can you can go full count on every single one, and then they either ground out, fly out, strike out, no matter what.
And
As long as 27 come up.
Perfect game
No,
is
that's not- that's never happened.
every single guy you get out. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing
Okay.
only strikes is just impossible.
Yeah.
Because if you're only throwing
That's what they call
like you
an
throw balls
immaculate
on
inning.
purpose to get people to swing because
Yeah.
they are expecting like you.
That's
if you
still a strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's one guy on the Brewers. Last name is Hader. A couple years ago.
Yeah, the closer.
He had a couple immaculate innings where 9 pitches,
Yeah,
9 strikes, 3
yeah,
strikeouts.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's as close as
Does
you can
anybody
get.
know the longest streak currently?
What? Of
Like, what's the,
strikeouts?
yeah, like what's the current longest streak?
Of strikeouts or
Perfect
immaculate?
strikeouts, yeah, or back in the innings, I guess.
Oh, I don't know about innings, but I know that the Phillies just tied Tom Seaver's record last weekend.
Yeah,
It was 10 in a row, and of course,
it was what's his name?
Aaron Nola
No, yeah.
did it against the Mets in New York, where Tom Seaver had the record
And
of
it was
10.
still only 1-0 after like
Yeah.
that. And
And the Mets won, and the Mets ended up winning the game.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
because the Phillies
They had a Lumberg for me.
Yeah. I don't think there was any home run. Oh, it might have been towards the end of it, but.
I'm still trying to think of a story that I'd want to see made. I mean, the Paterno thing has been covered up, down, left,
Have you
right,
guys
center,
seen that?
Like,
I forgot all about that. Have you seen that? It's on HBO Max.
No, I
no,
haven't.
I haven't watched it yet.
Al Pacino plays him.
plays Paterno.
Yeah.
I guess I
It's
gotta see
good.
it. I like
Yeah.
It's good, but it's fucked up at the same time. Like,
Well, I mean, it was a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
no, but I mean, like, I think they should have focused more on. I didn't think that.
More
My
Christian
problem
Aguilar.
was they were talking to Paterno. It was, I know it's called Paterno and everything, but he was just sitting there basically talking to people about what he knew and shit like that. There should have been more
Should have
detail.
more on the
detail.
other-
They should have
yeah.
focused more on what Sandusky was doing.
Yeah.
Sandusky's barely in the movie at all. He's in the beginning of it, and then he's in like a flashback. That's about it. I mean,
They might have purposely tried to
I guess.
not put such a horrific figure.
I mean, like,
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or they may have just dumped the
And,
Paterno
like,
because he was the big name.
No,
right?
but Mike McQuarrie, the one who walked in and saw him doing that to that kid,
Yeah.
he's barely in it either. Like, he's the one that saw it and went to Paterno and said,
Yeah,
so that, like, I don't know.
So what I'm saying though is I think they're trying to focus less on they don't put so much
On the
emphasis on
crime
scandal
itself?
and put more emphasis on Joe. Because realistically, if you would like, I don't want to diminish like, because you have to believe Joe knew what was going on, and that's,
Of course
and that's,
I
and
do.
that's an absolutely
Yeah,
despicable
I
thing.
believe he's in hell, to be honest.
And that's an absolutely despicable thing.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
being said, though, like it's he had such a legacy beforehand that he's going to have those populations that continue to try to look on the bright side and diminish his participation in this. I'm not saying that they should. I'm just saying that population exists, and
Yeah.
that population their money is just as good as anybody else's. So if you're
Mhm.
making a film, that's your opportunity as an artist to essentially take a story and tell it the way you want
Yeah,
to tell
put
it.
your twist on it.
I don't know if
Because
it's
that's
still
how
on
this person
HBO.
chose to do. Same like all those OJ things. That was their decision on
Yeah.
how they wanted to spin the OJ story. That's why they were all slightly different.
HBO made it. I don't know if it's still on there or not. I mean, it should be. If it's an HBO movie, it's probably going to be still on there if you guys ever want to check it out.
And honestly, actually, I would love to see just maybe a fictional movie covering the 4 years that you guys went to the Super Bowls back to back.
There's something on ESPN
There was a
Plus. It's like
documentary on
the Falls of Buffalo or something
Really?
like that. And
Something
it's a
like
documentary
that.
on those
Yeah, there was 4 episodes or something.
Yeah. Realistically, you just had.
It was kind of like a prehistoric Last Dance documentary.
Yeah,
Kind of.
but only 4 episodes
Yeah.
instead of like the epic 10. What was it 10?
I think it was
10.
8.
8.
Last Dance?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was 10, wasn't it? Maybe it was. I don't know.
I remember I
We'll
did.
call it 9. How's that?
It's one. That's the problem with those episodes is like when you like those are the ones that you binge watch. You don't actually know how many episodes they are. You know you
Yeah, just
spend
watch
an
it until
entire
you fall
day.
asleep, and
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, I'll restart this episode tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, now that there's just the play next episode, like the little scrolly bar down at the bottom, you don't have to click anything down.
Yeah, the fact that automatically
do
goes.
it. Like,
Yeah.
At least it's nice and it asks you after every 3 or 4 episodes. Like,
Are you still watching?
Still there?
I love that Last Dance documentary.
It was so good.
oh, look good.
And you know, I took that personally.
What?
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing that.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, it's like it's nice that Jordan got something that's not the crying Jordan out there into the social media world.
Yeah.
I love the part where he was on the plane and they're playing like high roller poker in the back. He goes up to the front. I forgot the guy's name. It was one of the. I think it was the center on the team. He's like, yeah, we're only playing like dollar hands. Well, can I get in? Why? We're playing dollar hands over. Well, I just want to say that I beat you and I took money out of your pocket.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
money's
Like
in
that's
my
fucking
pocket.
competitive as fuck right there.
That's
I
what
love
you
it.
gotta have.
Yeah, that's how you become the GOAT.
Like you gotta look at Kobe. Kobe was ruthless his entire
It wasn't
career.
about how much. It was just about winning.
Well, I think there's one of the articles I read. The argument was that if LeBron and Jordan played at the same time, LeBron would have never had the career that he did because Jordan would have just fucked up now.
Would have what?
Jordan would have just shut him down. Like he purposely would have gone after him in every game that they met. And
He went after Kobe like in the All-Star game. Like he made sure he was gonna go after him.
Yeah, there's a difference.
tough, though.
Kobe's not 6'9", 240.
I mean,
Like that's the thing. I
You
mean,
think
that is-
LeBron's only 240?
No.
LeBron's like 275.
The thing is, like, here's
He's
the
a
thing.
big
It's
man.
he's
thick
275, but that'll put him on the ground.
It does, but at the same time, you got to remember. Like, here's the thing. I believe that if LeBron played basketball back in the '90s, when like basketball was basketball, and you were able to foul like without
play defense.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you were able to do that, I
Before
honestly
a
think.
flagrant.
Right, like
Yeah.
I think you see LeBron like even if you watch. I don't know if you guys watched the game last night, but Chris Paul, good job CP3 going to the finals for the first time.
It's not dead.
No, I know, but he's not here, so I'm like pointing up, and it's gonna arc to Phoenix.
I haven't really watched it since the Knicks have been eliminated, and I don't like the Knicks, but when
No, I
the
got
Knicks
you.
are good, I'm one of those people that pay attention to how
When the
they
Knicks
do.
are good, that's
It's just
that's
better.
Good,
Yeah,
New
yeah.
York
New York.
sucks. That works.
Yeah. But the point being is like oh shit, I even forgot where I was going with that. To be honest.
You were playing in the 90s.
yeah.
I think LeBron would have touched
Chris
it
Paul,
up, too.
even like you watch him and he's flopping all over the place, and you know Chris Paul is a pit bull. Like that kid is.
Yeah.
But that's the way the game is. If you are
Yeah.
going to get the call every time you flop, why wouldn't you? It's not their fault that the refs and the game evolved to benefit the offense like that. They're now looking at the ways to change rules because you see Trey Young. I don't know if you watch. He basically like if he's running past you, like you're defending me, I'm in front of you, and I see you coming. He'll just jump backwards, shoot the ball, jump into you, and they call a foul on you.
Yeah.
It's like that's where the game is. I think that if LeBron played back then, he would have been tougher in general because the game wouldn't allow him.
Yeah, the game was
the game
tougher.
the game wouldn't have dictated, hey, flop more often. The game would have been like, you're gonna get hacked. Good thing you're 270. Go to the fucking hole and make those people regret the fact that they stood there.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's like Jordan. Yeah, he could shoot over LeBron like once. Jordan was not going to stop LeBron going to the hole ever. Ever.
He would steal.
That's his only option.
Jordan would poke that ball.
Nah,
loose.
he would draw a charge. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I mean, that's the only way we're gonna stop
That
him.
yeah.
But I think
But
he
nobody's
could.
going to call a charge in a pickup one-on-one game.
Yeah, that's true.
If you call that charge,
I think
like
Jordan
that, that's how you
wins.
lose respect in the '90s.
I think Jordan wins the benefit of the doubt on those charges because of who he was.
I am curious. I will say I do want to see the new Space Jam movie.
He'll be on HBO. I thought it'd be on HBO.
That doesn't look very good to me.
Yeah, but it's Space Jam.
The stories just doesn't sound good either. But
Yeah, it's like he's trying to get his son back, like he's kidnapped or something.
and he's got to play
Weird.
basketball to get his kid back. I don't know. I mean, I'll see it eventually as well, just because it's Space Jam and because
The only reason I want to
Just
see it is
watch it.
because they're bringing in all of the other Warner Brother properties into
They
it.
are.
Yeah, so essentially
You can't really tell by that trailer. It's all fucked
essentially the
up.
way that they're looking at it now is that the Warner Brothers universe is one universe, and then the Looney Tunes are part of that. So like you can see characters from any one of the other properties pop in now.
What other properties? Like Animaniacs and
Oh
shit.
god.
That's part of one. What else did they say?
And that was the end right there.
Oh, when you guys beat the Rams.
Yeah. God
yeah.
damn it.
So fitting that a 37-year-old Frank Gore.
It's like that. Look at this, all those tricky Jets next week. Anyway,
Braxton Berrios.
they did beat 2 playoff teams.
I remember when the Patriots drafted him, and I was like, "Fuck, he's another like Julian Edelman, Wes Welker type." Because he was like that in Miami, but I'm also a Miami fan, so I probably overhyped it in my own head.
They had some good documentaries on them too.
The Hurricanes?
Yeah, the 30. Was it the 30?
Oh,
30?
the criminals versus or something versus the Christian
That- yeah,
criminals
that-
or something. That Notre Dame versus Miami.
That one, and no, but way before that, like the whole, I don't know, there's a few years of Miami that they put together in a documentary. I just can't remember what one.
Well, they were just producing NFL
Yeah.
talents like it was
Yeah.
literally.
That they were the Bama of like the early '90s.
Yeah, before Nick Saban got to Bama,
Yeah.
and now it's just. You hear about the playoff expansion?
No.
They're expanding it, or they're discussing it, I think, to expand to 12 teams potentially.
Oh, college?
Yeah.
They should.
I'm torn on it because, like, well, what? Oh, also, name, image, and likeness. They're able to collect money on
Yeah,
now.
they're starting to get paid.
Oh, by the way, happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah, it's a fucking
Did you see the commercial?
Cheers. Thanks, man.
I'm tapped.
What do you mean you're tapped?
This is empty. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, it isn't. I got you a new one.
Oh,
Tom.
my
What's
bad.
it?
My bad.
What's it gonna cheers? An empty one? That's bad luck.
It's bad
That's
luck.
bad juju.
Just like you don't cheers with water either. That's bad luck too.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. They say it in one of the episodes of The Sopranos. Anyway.
Apparently, there's been multiple like script rewrites for Space Jam. There was originally going to be
They're
something
trying to
called.
make it good.
Well, there was originally a movie going to be called Spy Jam that was going to have Jackie Chan as the lead. There would have been Race
What?
Jam with Jeff Gordon, or there was another one where they had Tiger Woods in some role.
Well,
Oh,
hopefully it's in a wheelchair.
And the last one they considered before going was with LeBron James was Skate Jam.
With
Tony
Tony Hawk.
Who Tony Hawk might actually be in this one still. And apparently the premise for it is that LeBron and his son, who wants to become a video game developer, get stuck in Warner E3000, which is the serververse that all like the movies and properties are in. Yeah. So it's pretty much just stuck in the matrix of Warner Brothers.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, it is what it is.
Hey, but it'll all be on Plex, so none of us have to pay for it.
That's always a good thing. So do you guys like the replacements more or Waterboy more?
Ooh,
Their place.
the replacements.
Waterboy. I'm also an Adam Sandler fan. I grew up.
Yeah.
I'm Happy Gilmore.
No, yeah,
and
it's
that's
fair.
and
That's
that's
fair.
like my movies.
And What the Hell Happened to Me and Stan and Judy's Kid
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
with the goat. You button hooked me.
Opera Man.
I didn't know you were going to button
Yeah.
hook me.
Opera from SNL.
Opera Man. Bye bye.
That was such a great generation of
Oh, wow.
SNL talent.
Well, I remember I had mentioned it earlier that we were talking about like the Aykroyd,
Yeah.
they were probably the greatest era. Second to them was probably like Sandler, Farley, Spade, like Chris
Mike
Rock,
Myers.
yeah, like that whole,
Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
like that whole, like that
yeah.
whole era.
Yeah.
Like they were
Those
great.
guys were-
Although, how do you think Kevin James must feel though every time Adam Sandler brings up the fact that like
I think Chris Farley would have been his
did
role.
yeah that like specifically Grown Ups was written for
Tough shit.
yeah
It's a reality. Like at
No,
this
I-
point,
yeah, I know.
Like, he's
I know.
got.
but like it kind of sucked like for a second or two like
The first couple times maybe, but I feel like
by now it's like yeah
not only that, but it's like there's no shame to it. It's not like oh how dare you have liked
Right.
Chris Farley before
Yeah.
you liked me.
right
It's
yeah
like-
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you had met Chris Farley, you would have loved him too.
yeah well 'cause he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, especially if you like cocaine, because then you would have really liked Chris Farley.
They had good documentaries on him too.
I thought you were like they had really good cocaine. I'm like yes, Chris Farley definitely
No.
had very good cocaine.
No, Chris Farley documentaries. But there's a couple of them now. Very, very good.
I mean, man, apparently used to say, the pilot did beam up his ass and, still made it to morning mass every week, so.
Yeah, according to the song. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah, Sandler's Netflix special is great.
No, I liked
I only watched part of it. I don't think I made it all the way through it.
all the way through.
Adam Sandler's Netflix special.
Oh, I haven't seen that actually.
It's
It goes
called,
on tour.
I think it's called Netflix Sucks or something like that. Yeah.
Is it?
Which is funny because he was one of those first actors that like signed those long movie deals
Yeah.
with
It's not like
Netflix
a 6 or 8 movie contract with
with
them.
Netflix.
It was like, well, he got paid.
Yeah, he was Hollywood's highest paid actor.
Yeah, and he got Jennifer Aniston in like every one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just work really well together, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else we got? What else is on the agenda?
I don't know, what else we got?
I feel like we brought other stuff up. I just can't think of what it was.
With regards to like the movie idea?
Not just anything. What we were talking about during the week.
Best 30 and Dirty.
I really like the Bruce Lee water one, but I haven't seen too many of them.
That's 30.
Yeah, I really did. So I figured I'd ask you
Mike
guys.
and the Mad Dog, that was a pretty
I
good
keep
one.
forgetting which one's 30 and 30 and which ones are the Football Life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Football
They went
Life
together
is
for me, too.
on NFL Network.
It's a long, yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
but like in your head, can you separate them?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I can.
Like I know the 30 and 30 is even shorter, like it's like
Yeah.
30 minutes. So,
Yeah.
but still, it's like
I
it
don't
all
know
blends
that.
in my head.
Either or then. We'll make it easy.
I really enjoyed the Barry Sanders one, but that's also just because I
Yeah,
love
you
me
love
some
Barry.
Barry Sanders.
I like-
I really like the Bo Jackson Football Life.
I like the Mike Ditka one.
I saw the Bo Jackson
Ah,
one. I
Bears.
enjoyed that one.
Huh?
Stop
No, I
Bears.
saw the Bo Jackson one. I enjoyed that one.
I thought it was
Bears.
I didn't know which one of us Born was talking to, so I
he's
just
like,
said it
repeats
again.
The Bears.
And then that was... Right, you ever watch the NFL? No, it's on ESPN where Rob Ninkovich is now like an analyst, and he's actually from the Chicago area, so he does a pretty good like cliche Chicago accent.
Really?
So every now and then when they're talking about the Bears and he's on the show, they have him come on and he like
Just to do
and
it.
he goes for like a anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds like just in character kind of thing. And it's one of those like it's just hilarious because one, he's a football player that we all watched growing up kind of thing,
Yeah.
but
And he was
two,
great.
yeah, and two, that accent's just hilarious. Like I remember the commercial with Aaron Rodgers' State Farm. I think it was a State Farm one or something, where it was him and then the two Packers fans that were like grilling sausages as tailgating,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and like he just watched him and like talked to him and stuff. Like I don't know, that accent and that whole persona.
Well,
just,
I
find really
I actually read something earlier today that it said
funny. Yeah,
just
Cowboys.
transitioning to like the Marvel verse for a quick second. That like Thor and Loki, since they're like Scandinavian, like
Oh, scooching.
they should their accent should be that of like the Midwesterns. So like Thor should be like, oh, you like my hammer, don't you know? Like, I would love to see that. I would love to see Hemsworth try and do that for like a good half hour. Like, fucking
Well, he's
hysterical.
also Australian, right?
Yeah. Or you should imagine Hiddleston doing it.
Loki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys seen any of that Loki show?
I've seen the
Yeah, I've
first
seen
3
a couple
episodes.
of episodes too, I think, myself.
I didn't watch this week's yet, but it's really good thus far.
I heard good things about it. What's it on?
Disney Plus.
Oh, okay, I'll see it eventually.
I can give you mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm still all on Breaking Bad because of this dude.
Well,
yeah, I'm still on the Sopranos because I'm flying through that.
Yeah,
good
16
shit.
episodes should be able
Yeah,
to
working remotely on those days doesn't make it easy, or makes it easy to blow through it.
But it says like,
Yeah, doing work is not made easy when
When
you're
you're
trying to-
When
Yeah.
you're working from home and you got
What do you have left? 5 seasons left?
How many seasons are there? 7?
let's see.
Sopranos, 6
One of them gets broken up, so it's 5, 6A, 6B, so technically 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's 6-1 and 6-2 or what
Yeah.
they call
Yeah,
it.
so I got the rest of 4, then those.
16 episodes total. Remember shows me right?
Yeah. 13 per season except for the final 9. So
Which actually that's actually a long run for HBO because they've kept
86 episodes, yeah.
but
It's a long time for
they've
HBO
kept
show.
all the season every show since The Sopranos. It's a cap of 10 per season.
Yeah.
Capped at 10 episodes?
Yeah.
Mayor of
Sopranos is
Easttown was
13.
like that.
Yo, Mayor of Easttown was good.
Very
Calling
good.
that, I watched that
You
too.
did watch that? Everybody see it?
I haven't seen it yet,
Okay,
but it's on my
so
no,
don't
but it's
say
on my
anything about
list.
it.
With Kate Winslet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we won't say anything about it, but
Okay, but it is worth it.
It's worth it,
Okay.
yes.
this comes from me, who's one of the biggest critics of
She apparently before even shooting went and got like a place in like Philly
Because she didn't know how to fucking
so she could learn how
get
to
the accent
speak
down.
with the